Hello, all. I hope you've had a good day. I've had a very powerful day. Very powerful day, to say the least. So, I went and picked up my medical records from the gracious counselor that has responded to me and acted very quickly to my request. I have two facilities. Well, I have one counselor that has not responded to my email, to my phone calls, and I now have sent a certified letter. And here's where it gets interesting, guys. I went to go pick up my medical records, and the other practitioner that I'm waiting to hear from has moved offices for the third time in 7 years and is in the same office that I went and picked up my records from. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. When I walked in and I saw her name, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I couldn't make this crap up if I tried. Straight up. I couldn't. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything is divinely orchestrated. It's timed. God has a plan for us all. And God has strategically placed things in my life, specifically for a reason. Placed people in my life specifically for a reason. They play their role however they play it. And me with them, right? And this last year, I've been uncovering so much of my truth, of my justice, of my blueprint, of just pulling pieces together, trying to make sense of everything, of what I've been going through in the last decade of my life, but furthermore, my entire life, right? And so I was blown. My mind was blown. My mind was absolutely blown. I was like, what are the odds? What are the odds that they're both working in the same office now? And again, I absolutely love the counselor that I saw today. She put my records together beautifully, and I haven't even started to scratch the surface of looking through them. I went through the first 2 pages, and the first page mentions one of the emails that have since disappeared off my computers and my evidence. And so I'm very, very interested to see how all of this is going to play into my timeline in reference to the things that we discussed. Because I saw her for, I don't know, I'll have to look at the dates, but it was in 2024 that I saw her. And so the other doctor or practitioner, she wasn't even a doctor, and this is where it gets so interesting to see how convoluted. You have to be very careful who you see when it comes to practitioners and when it comes to counselors and when it comes to doctors. You have to be very, very careful. All right. I started seeing this woman back in 2017, and this is the one that had me on all that medication. And I now see how coordinated all of these events have been happening in my life. From running into my ex-husband, from my marriage, to starting to work at this company. Everything inside my life has been so coordinated, it's not even funny. It's absolutely insanity to me, quite frankly, to the magnitude and the plans that people have went to just absolutely destroy me for no reason. I can't even figure out the reason. I'm trying to dig deep there, I'm like, golly, to try to get, I'm one of those people. I like to unpack things. I like to understand things. I like to always give humility and grace to the opposition and try to understand, because I know in my heart of hearts, I don't believe, I know we have very evil people in this world. I'm well aware of that. Okay. But I don't think people move and operate in evil ways intentionally. I think they're coerced. I think that they're blackmailed. I think that they are lost in their ways when it comes to money, greed, and power, and false hope. And people equate abundance to materialistic things, to money, power, greed, houses, cars, all this stuff. People equate that to abundance, right? And when you equate that to an abundance, you're opening yourself up a pathway into your life in reference to the devil in different ways and darkness. I mean, money is the root of all evil. So if you move that over into your life and you put it on a platform of importance, you're opening yourself up to making decisions, making choices, leading with bad intentions, because you're leading with that thought process inside your head of like, this is an abundance. And instead of recognizing that you actually don't need those things to move and operate in abundance. And I think that the world needs to get to a better place of understanding that, because we have so many people right now just fighting over the wrong things and passing judgment and just doing the most, really doing the most. And so I felt very, very compelled, because when I was just like, are you freaking crapping me? You know, the amount of between my ex-husband and that company and my family and the friends that I had, jeez, guys. And I know people say, I don't know how she keeps going. I don't know why she won't give up. What am I giving up, actually? That's a question I have for you guys. If you guys are asking that question, what exactly am I supposed to give up? What? My life? To quit moving forward? To quit breathing? Like, what exactly am I supposed to give up? That doesn't even make sense to me. You know? Life was not designed to be a war. All right? It wasn't designed to have silent wars waged. And it wasn't designed to siphon from people and do the most heinous activities in the dark so your pockets can get thicker. But seeing as you've decided in different areas of your life and whatever you choose to do to wage such wars, whether that be with me, whether it be Candace, Ian Carroll, with Tucker Carlson, like, you know, Charlie Kirk, the assassination, like, I mean, you fill in the blanks. You fill in the blanks, you know, whether that be within your company and calling your competitors in the same industry negative names for no reason. No reason. Like, there's just, it's good to have good competition in every industry, whether that's in construction, that's in property management. Like, I mean, and so it's just some of the things that I hear on my day-to-day basis. I'm just like, golly, people, do you hear yourself talk? I mean, clearly not. You know, how you articulate, how you talk is how you think. You can't run from that. That's why it's very important to be intentional with your heart, be intentional with your words, you know. It is so hard for me to wrap my head around the fact of how much I've just been living in a Truman Show. You know, I know things got a little weird, things got a little hairy the last couple years, but it goes far beyond that. It goes far beyond that. And so I'm just now unraveling that and seeing that on how embedded and how deep it is. And trying to understand why. Like, what about me fluffers people so much? What? Because I won't give up? Give up on what? You know what I mean? These are just, it's interesting to see the transitioning and the trajectory of events on how God is playing this whole thing out, and recognizing how big it actually is, and recognizing how strategic God has planned it all. And I believe those all entangled in it are starting to wake up to that as well. And recognize that it's bigger than me, it's bigger than them, it's bigger than all of us actually combined. It's for the trajectory of the world, the new world. You know what I'm saying? For our children. I'm going to end on this note before I watch Candace Live. I told my coworker today, I said, look, the amount of grossness that I have worked with like men, and how nasty men can be, but completely fake to your face. It scares me to know that we have men like this walking amongst our children with little girls.